December's almost upon us, and that means that Christmas is just around the corner. So we have got some great ideas to help make your Christmas very special. Coming up, fabulous food, of course, including some recipes direct from Julie Goodwin's new cooking school.
You ready, girls?
A simple show-stopping dessert from Xanthi Roberts.
This is such a yummy combo. You get that creamy ice cream with beautiful bursts of that sweet nougat.
A DIY project for the holidays the kids will love. Jacinta Campbell will show us how to make Christmas special for those in need.
That smile says it all, really, doesn't it?
And Carl's been let loose on the barbie with his alternative to traditional Christmas dining.
We're going to make the world's best Christmas margarita.
This is Christmas with the Australian Women's Weekly.
I said, Merry Christmas, baby. Sure you treat me nice. Sure you treat me nice.
Well, as you can see, we've also got some fashion ideas for the holiday season, and I reckon I recognise a couple of these models. Emma Friedman, Erin Molan.
Hi, Georgie.
You both look spectacular.
Oh, this is so much fun. Christmas and the holiday time, you can be a bit more adventurous. Bold colours, bright prints clashing.
Yeah, and showing off your personality with a bit of fashion as well, and just, yeah, having real fun with it and heading out to some events and hanging out with your friends is really fun too.
Oh, we love this time of year. Well, we're going to see a bit more of you a little later in the show. But for now, on kitchen duty is our very own Lavinia Nixon, who's with Maggie Beer in the Barossa.
This is how I always imagine you at this time of the year, Maggie, in your beautiful kitchen, working on a turkey.
Well, this turkey is going to be the star of our Christmas feast. So the first thing we have to do is make a beautiful stuffing.
Oh, let me get this out of your way
Thank you.
then.
Now, are you going to help me do this?
Absolutely.
We have rosemary, thyme and parsley and lots of herbs. I'll get into the onion because we have to saute the onion really, really gently. Oh, you've done that before. Okay, so the onion's on to cook now.
So they're almost caramelising a little bit?
That's what I want. I call it burnishing. My family calls it Nonna's burnt again.
How sweet.
It's true. Okay, so all done. That lovely, lovely burnish, as I call
Nonna.
it.
Do you make your own breadcrumbs, Maggie?
I do, always, and I buy, if I don't make, sourdough to have the breadcrumbs. Would you like to put those
Yes.
herbs in? And then prunes are wonderful.
Yeah, they're so sweet, aren't they?
They
The
are.
stuffing.
And then I have this orange, which is a Seville orange or a poor man's orange, and we've cooked them in a syrup. So we're ready to stuff the turkey.
Looks good, Maggie. So tell me, what is your Christmas wish?
I guess my Christmas wish is that every person in aged care have a beautiful meal every day of their life to see the difference that beautiful fresh food makes.
I just love you, Maggie.
Thank you. So I'm going to put this in its big, big bag. It's quite a monster. For decorum, we'll tie the legs together.
Okay.
Tie one double knot, okay? Now I'm going to close it off, but I'm not going to prick the bag as the instructions say. By not pricking it, what happens is you keep all of that moisture in.
Which makes your meat more tender.
It does indeed. Whoa, 6.5 kilos plus.
Straight in. Good work, Maggie Beer.
Well, the turkey's ready.
Oh, Maggie, that smells delicious.
Well, it is beautifully cooked, but it has to rest, so we turn it over to rest it.
Why are you flipping it?
Well, all those juices come down over the breast and you leave it to at least 40 minutes and it's resting, but it's so much better than resting it right way up, no matter what poultry that you're cooking.
Every Christmas table needs a little styling to create a truly festive mood. So I've got 2 quick and easy projects that will add a special decorative touch to your holiday celebrations. These gorgeous decorative balsa wood trees and hand-printed napkins will add a personal touch to your festive table. To make the wooden trees, you'll need some balsa wood sheets, which you can get from most craft stores, and because they're so light and easy to cut, all you'll need is a utility knife. Draw 2 triangles the same size on the balsa wood. Cut out your triangles, then mark the centre of the base of one triangle and cut a channel halfway up its height. Do the same on the other triangle, but this time cut down from the point. To create your trees, all you need to do is put the 2 pieces together and then you can decorate it however you like. I'm going to keep mine simple and chic. Use a piece of tape to mark a straight line on the tree pieces. Paint the top, leaving the bottom section raw balsa wood. You'll end up with lots of little leftover triangles, but don't throw them away because these make the perfect place cards for your festive table. Simply paint them to match your trees and use a silver marker pen to write your guests' names. Now, every festive table needs beautiful napkins to finish each place setting, and it is so simple to personalise your own store-bought version. These wooden letters make terrific stamps. Simply paint one side and press onto the fabric. Just be sure to use fabric paint, that way once it dries you can set it with a hot iron and your guests have a souvenir to take home. And what better way to share in the spirit of the season than with these little guys. Come on kids! Come on! Let's get into some crafts. What do you want to do?
Put glitter on this now.
You can totally put glitter on it. Yeah! More glitter, more glitter. The children can give their napkins a personal touch using stencils.
There we go.
Wow!
We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings we bring to you and your kin. We wish you a Merry Christmas.
Nothing says holidays and fun like a beautifully laid table, especially when the napkins and decorations have been made with love by your family.
Happy holidays!
Coming up, a dessert that will wow your family and friends, and Nigel Ruck shows how you can create the ultimate chook pen in your own backyard.
And there you go. That's your 5-star chook pen.
In Budapest, my hidden treasure chest, golden grand piano, my beauty focus EOU.
Well, I've got a great project for you to do over the holidays. It's a chook pen. It's pretty easy. It's going to look great in the backyard. The kids will love the chooks and you get plenty of fresh eggs. Now, I've got my mate here, Ez, to give me a hand. Okay, well that's the base frame finished. Now we're going to go onto the posts, one in each corner. Then we're going to do another frame, put a sheet of ply down, and that'll form the first floor that'll keep the chooks inside, off the ground, all that stuff. Then 4 walls, sloping roof, and then we're going to have a ramp that goes from the first floor down onto the lawn. And let's not forget the all-important chicken wire to keep the chooks in. It's 5-star stuff. Nice one, Ez. OK, well, that's the posts in there, screwed off. Now, the reason I've gone with the hardwood is because it's nice and natural, it's chemical-free, it's organic, and it looks really good. Now, the next stage is the first floor. That's what Ez is measuring up for. We're basically going to do the same frame as we've done at the bottom, slide it over the top of the posts, screw that off, and then put down the ply.
Oh, great cutting.
Oh, beautiful. Now, every chook pen needs a roof, and it's important to have it on an angle so that the rain can get away. So That's about the angle we're going with. We're going to nip the back posts down a little bit. Put the frame on. Oh, yeah. Now, these are the rafters for the roof. These will get screwed down onto the frame, and then the plywood will get screwed down onto the rafters. And just a little bit of detail at the end here. Do you like that? This is the 5-star chook shed. Ready? Oh, yeah. Oh, so much cooler under here. All right, well, we're really getting there with the chook shed. Ez is working on the sides. They'll be up soon. And here, I'm about to cut out the trapdoor for the ramp. Just put in the finishing touches to the ramp. It's just an off-cut of the plywood with some hardwood here as the rungs. Now, I know they've only got little feet, and you might think these are a bit far apart, but they have got wings. They'll get up it. Woo! Not bad. Hey, nesting boxes.
Great job.
Beautiful. Okay, what do you want to do next? The wire?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, the chicken wire is a very important part of the chook pen, but what a lot of people don't remember to do is put wire on the base of the whole thing. That way, foxes, which will always try and get their way in, when they dig, they can't get up underneath and get to the chooks. Well, the chooks are in and they're enjoying their new accommodation. On the ground floor here, we've got the water, we've got the food, and when it's time to go to bed, up the ramp to the first floor. Look at that. We've got all the straw here, the perch, they've got the nesting boxes, and when it comes time to harvesting your eggs, you just come in the back here, grab whatever you want. That comes down, nice little latch, and there you go. That's your 5-star chook pen.
While it might be snowing in some parts of the world on Christmas Day, the mercury can soar here in Australia. So, if you're after a festive treat that's guaranteed to cool your guests down, you won't want to miss this, our raspberry and nougat ice cream pudding. Instead of a traditional hot Christmas pudding, we're going to make a layered ice cream pudding. So to start, just really lightly grease your pudding basin with some oil spray, and then line it with some plastic wrap. And you want to sort of iron out as many creases as you can. So the first layer is a raspberry sorbet, and it's really, really easy to do. All we have to do is put some frozen raspberries in a food processor and add our sugar syrup, which is just water and sugar. Then process that until it's nice and smooth. And that is all a sorbet really is. It's just frozen fruit and sugar syrup. So we'll take that off and just ease it into the bottom of the pudding basin. Just make sure that that's nice and flat and smooth around the edges. And then pop that in the freezer for 2 hours. And after 2 hours, it'll be set nice and firm like this. So now we can get on with the second ice cream layer. Spoon the ice cream into a large bowl and then add the nougat and white chocolate. This is such a yummy combo. You get that creamy ice cream with chunks of white chocolate and beautiful bursts of that sweet nougat. And lastly, we'll just add our frozen raspberries. And we're adding them last because we don't want them to bleed through the nice ice cream. So once that is all nicely mixed in, we'll just put that on top of our raspberry sorbet. We need to press it down firmly so that we don't get any air bubbles. So then just try and get a nice flat surface so that when you serve it, it'll sit flat on the plate. This has been in the freezer for 6 hours and it's nice and solid and ready to serve. Turn the ice cream out onto a chilled serving plate, and then that should come off easily. And then peel off the plastic wrap and then just drizzle it with a little bit of the white chocolate. And for the final touch, just put raspberries on the top. And there it is, a real showstopper of a dessert, our raspberry and nougat ice cream pudding. For more great recipes and Christmas ideas, check out this month's issue of the Australian Women's Weekly.
After the break, Julie Goodwin opens up her new cooking school to us for a seafood masterclass.
We're going to have the moment of truth.
When seas will cover lands and when men will be no more, don't think you can forgive you.
There's nothing better than a seafood feast at Christmas time, and we all love a prawn. But today I'm going to try something a little bit different. I'm here with 8 lovely ladies in my cooking school on the Central Coast, and we're going to make a baked ocean trout with fennel and pomegranate. You ready, girls? Yeah! Okay, let's cook. We're going to just do some really simple flavours with this trout. I'm going to slice a lemon nice and finely, a few shallots, and these are the things that I'm going to put into the cavity of the fish, and that'll flavour it as it cooks really nicely. We're also going to chop up some veggies and things while the fish is cooking for a beautiful garnish.
Do you think that's not far enough?
Yeah, I think that looks good. I've got a few fennel tips that I'm going to put inside the fish as well, and that also just helps to add to the flavour. Okay, so this is our beautiful ocean trout. You've got to lay out a piece of foil more than twice the length of the fish so that it'll fit, and you've got to put baking paper on top of it, and that'll help it to stop stick and to keep all the beautiful juices in. So I'm just going to brush in with a little bit of oil. So does anyone have any questions?
Yeah, can you actually use any other fish for this dish?
You can do it with a smaller fish, it cooks a lot faster. You could use a salmon, a beautiful snapper, really anything that's fresh and that you can source locally. Okay, now I'm going to put these flavourings inside. Okay, so I'm laying that lemon in there. Then the spring onions go in. And lastly, just a few little peppercorns. Oh, this looks good.
How's that? And just the peppercorns?
Beautiful, yeah, sprinkle
The more
those
the
in.
merrier?
The more the
Is that
merrier.
the deal?
Very good. Oh, isn't he lovely? So now I'm just going to make a little dish around him because I'm going to pour some wine over, and what will happen is that wine will become part of the saucy, steamy deliciousness at the end, and it also helps it steam inside its parcel. And now it's time to wrap him up. It's really important to get a good seal around the edges of the foil, so that's why we've got such a gigantic piece. And then you've got to crimp it all together really, really firmly. If it comes undone, what happens is your steam comes out of the parcel and your fish won't cook quite as beautifully.
Ta-da.
Okay, so that's going to go into the oven at 180 degrees for about 40 minutes. Then I'll turn the oven off and we're going to leave it in there for another 20 to 30 to finish cooking in the cooling oven. Fantastic. Beautiful. Okay, so while the fish is cooking, we're going to make a beautiful fennel and mustard sauce. So this is a mini food processor. It just comes with these handheld stick mixers. And into that, I'm going to put yellow mustard seeds, some fennel seeds, a bit of sugar, a bit of salt, a bit of lemon juice, and an egg yolk. And I'm just going to blend that up into a thick paste. Okay, so to this paste, I'm going to gradually drizzle in some oil and whisk away, and that'll form an emulsion. It's like a mayo, this, a really tasty one.
Okay, I'm whisking.
Yeah. So keep whisking, girls, until it thickens up. Come on, muscles.
Good workout, isn't it?
It is. Pretty happy with that. Come on up. Okay. Okay, so now our fish is rested and it's continued to cook in that foil parcel. We're going to have the moment of truth. Oh, look at that.
Smells nice.
Wow. So what I'm going to do is peel off the skin, then we'll transfer it to our serving platter and finish off the dish. Oh, look at that. Just got some watercress, pile that up all around, and just some of this beautiful finely shaved fennel, and then some of these fennel tips that we reserved from before. So I'm just going to drizzle around some of this beautiful fennel and mustard sauce that we made on the salad and also on the fish. And the last part of our presentation is some beautiful jewel-like pomegranate seeds. If you've got family around and you're a bit fed up with them, just get into the kitchen and whack a pomegranate. So there's our baked ocean trout with fennel and pomegranate. I'll be back in a little while with some finger food. Well done, ladies.
Just by subscribing to The Weekly, you could win one of 5 fabulous family holidays to Disneyland Resort in California. The prize includes return flights to LA for 4 people, 5-day park hopper passes to Disneyland and Disney's California Adventure, plus 7 nights accommodation. You can subscribe online at magshop.com.au/AWW. Coming up, the best of Christmas fashion. And Carl gets Olympian John Stephenson up to speed on the Barbie.
So Carlos, why am I doing all the work here? Is this why you have me here to do all the cutting and the slave labour? And you're going to eat them and drink them?
You're like a brother to me.
Welcome back. I hope you're enjoying our Christmas with the Australian Women's Weekly. I'm delighted to say the beautiful Sylvia Jeffries joins us.
Delighted to be with you, Gigi.
You're having a lot of fun on that fashion shoot with Erin and Emma.
Having a blast. The frocks are great and the company is great. We're only missing champagne, I think, at this point.
That can be arranged. Don't you worry about that.
Thank you.
Obviously, these early hours are working for you.
Yeah, I hope so. Thank you. So far, so good. It's all fun.
It is fun. Now, speaking of the early hours, today's show, Carl... Wilkinson?
No, it starts with an S.
Stefanovic.
Yeah, that one.
You know he's put out a cookbook.
Yeah, I've heard about the cookbook.
Put out a cookbook. Fancies himself a bit of a cook, the barbecue and all that.
Fancies himself as a lot of things. Yeah.
Well, guess what? We thought we'd show our viewers, put one of those recipes to the test.
Good idea.
So here he is alongside Olympian and Wide World of Sports regular, John Stephenson.
Well, I reckon Christmas is not just about cooking inside and the traditions inside, it's about going outside, and there are such wonderful recipes around, such wonderful ingredients around in the summer that I thought I'd do something really different with you, Johnny. It's my all-time best Christmas burritos and margaritas. Do you know that I could cook? I can't cook.
In 8 years, I've never seen you cook. I've seen you drink. So the margarita section of it, I understand, but the cooking...
Carl cooks. See, I've got my own cookbook.
This is amazing.
It's all for police legacy.
Police legacy? That is a good thing.
Yeah, well, you never know when we're going to get in trouble with the police.
Well, you know, knowing me, I need this.
Burritos are very easy. I'm going to get you, if you can, to do the capsicum.
Right. Well, we've got a special technique. Obviously, I'm going to cut the capsicum on the ends first.
Yeah.
Just like so.
Yeah.
And I'm going to cut the membrane.
What?
The membrane of the capsicum.
You have done this before.
Which has all the seeds.
Are you like a chef or something?
Oh, boom. So, Carlos, why am I doing all the work here? Is this why you have me here to do all the cutting and the slave labour? And you're going to eat them and drink them?
You're like a brother to me. No, I am going to do something, though. I'm going to do some onions.
I think there's another chopping board underneath.
I love the freshness of capsicum.
I think the freshness of Mexican in general, I think that's what makes it appealing.
And so into a bowl that goes.
Right.
All of that. Now we're also going to get some of this chicken over here.
Well, this is relatively healthy. You know, Christmas is a time where you can put on a lot of weight too, no?
Well, generally speaking, I do, yeah. Olive oil first.
A little bit of olive oil.
In here. Whack those spices in.
All the spices in or just half?
Don't be shy. Get it in there. All right, so we are ready. We are good to go for the barbecue now. What I like to do is whack a little bit of olive oil on the barbecue. That's done, and she goes straight on. We'll get our burritos ready too. And what I've done there, I've just wrapped them in the alfoil, and they will warm up and cook beautifully. So while this is cooking, it's a great opportunity to catch up with you. I mean, you've been running, you've had a discipline of running your whole life, and now you're back home, you're going to be doing some media work with Channel 9. I'm looking forward to seeing you on Wide World of Sport. It's going to be fantastic.
Good show. I've been having a lot of fun on that show as of late. It's been, watched it as a kid, and actually being on hosting as an adult is a bit surreal. Is there any techniques that you recommend whilst on the barbie?
Look, buddy, the number one thing that I would recommend to anyone is when something is cooked,
take it off.
To stop cooking it. So there we go. That's ready, and we've got our burritos here, straight out. So you can feel that. See that through hot steam? That's beautiful. Now let's have the salsa. The other tip I will give you is, I reckon, don't put too much on.
Right.
Mistakes are made with burritos when they pack them too heavy.
Is that enough though? I like flavour.
That's enough.
All right.
That's enough, all right?
All right. Don't trip.
Now the other thing is
Same
what I like to
spoon
do.
with a sour cream?
I don't mind that. It's all going in the same burrito, man.
We could not live together, me and you, man. It'd be all bad. Now you
A
want
little bit of
cheese?
salad.
Oh, salad first.
A little bit of salad. Cheese.
I want the
Pardon?
meat. I want meat.
Yes, it's coming. I like to put the hot stuff on the cheese so the cheese melts. And again, not too much there. And then we're folding that one over like that. And you're starting to get nervous, And then over the top like that. And there we go, that's the best burrito.
You know, you're a genius.
Look at that. And now, sleeves rolled up.
Christmas dance. Burrito.
We're gonna make the world's best Christmas margarita. Margarita time. So the biggest thing here is, again, these fresh ingredients. I love to use these limes. These go on the grill at very, very low heat. And while they are doing that, we can come back here. Any kind of jug we'll do like this. In the ice goes. It's a lovely, refreshing drink, the margarita, at Christmas time. This here is the margarita mix, which I reckon is perfect. They've done all the hard work for you. So just a little bit of tequila. That'll do us. Now grab this thing here and just mix it up. It's the perfect way to mix it.
It's called a glass muddle.
Is it? Yeah, so you do know about this stuff.
A little bit.
I'm gonna grab a glass, into a little bit of water so that the salt will stick to it. Bang it goes, out it comes, and voila. Now I'm gonna get my limes off the barbecue, which we've forgotten about. After you've let them sit for a while and cool down, pick them up, in it goes, and we're almost set.
Christmas is here.
Here we go. Merry Christmas, my man.
Merry Christmas,
Great to see
Carlos.
you.
Great to cook with you, mate.
This is weird.
This is really weird.
Well, good. There you have it. Best burritos, best margaritas.
Best margaritas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Christmas is just around the corner, and I know that because right now, just upstairs, the Australian Women's Weekly fashion team are shooting their fashion Christmas spread with a few very special guests.
Just that front hand, let's bring that back to the side. And on the 3, 2, 1 drop, 1, 2, 3, drop.
Having Erin, Sylvia and Emma, our models for the day. They're known faces that we love to watch every day.
It would feel like you're in the Playboy Mansion.
Girls, tell us about this shoot. How much fun is this?
I feel like I'm celebrating Christmas with my little work family. It's really nice, isn't it?
It's a lot of fun.
We wanted to make a shoot that had a sort of a North American Christmas vibe, but with an Australian twist.
I'm a big fan of just a day dress for Christmas Day with a pair of sandals or a wedge, casual kind of hair and makeup, nothing too formal.
Then if you're going out to a party, I love bright colours. I love bright colours and little, cocktail dresses, and it's so much fun.
So I thought we'd do a really glam take on Christmas. Beautiful checks and stripes and reds, so kind of reminiscent of Christmas wrapping and candy canes and beautiful bow sashes around the waist.
Well, Lauren, this is the festive set, and this outfit and Emma's outfit also have been specially handmade for us, which is cool.
Beautiful. It is really cool because if you can't find exactly what you're after in the shops, make it yourself, get someone to make it, and you can add those festive touches like our big bows.
But if you are a little bit time poor, which a lot of us are, and also possibly money poor, you can get really affordable, amazing options. Like this is from Zara. And I would never pick it up, but after putting it on, I've fallen in love with it. Look at the pants, very 1970s.
Amazing, and your legs look like they go for days in that as well.
There's so many fantastic trends. You just take a little bit from each trend and customise it to your look.
Great, guys. It's fantastic.
Coming up, Julie Goodwin has some great finger food ideas for drop-in guests over the holidays.
Today I'll show you how to make some French onion tarts and prawn and avocado cocktails. Christmas is that time of year where there are always guests popping over unannounced. It's really handy to have a few go-to finger food recipes. Today I'll show you how to make some French onion tarts and prawn and avocado cocktails. These French onion tarts are really yummy, and I'm going to start by making my own pastry. First of all, into the food processor with some flour, 3 cups of flour, 250 grams of butter, and that's got to be icy cold, so straight out of the fridge, a little bit of salt, and a couple of eggs. And I'm just going to blend that until it comes together in a ball. So once that comes out of the food processor, you want to handle it as little as possible so it doesn't get too soft and sticky.